In this video, we will discuss about the role of microbiome in the T cell life cycles. So, it it has been published in the literature, and it has been known that this thymic plays a role in this T cells development. And however, the exact pathways are not yet been known about how this thymin regulate these T cells formations. However, some of the things are known about this role of microbiome, and one of them is a specific pathogen will cause different characteristics of the T cells development. For example, this 5-OP-RU helps in the development of these mate T cells, and this PSA microbiome helps in the development of the T cells that have these PZ-LF positive thiomites, and whereas this SCFAs will help in the development of the regulatory T cells through these MTEC formations. And along with this, they also helps this 5-OPRU and this PSA. It also helps in the overexpression of this IR, which is the autoimmune regulators, to suppress the T cells to prevent the T cells to act on its own healthy cells. So this is basically to avoid autoimmune response. And this thymic cells cellularity and the normal development also uh, depends upon the microbiome. However, how exactly they contributes towards their thymic size, cellularity, and normal development is uh, not yet been known precisely. And in the case of germ-free, what researchers find out that it will cause the irregularities in the T cells development. For examples, they will have the T cells since they does not contain the germs such as 5-OPRU, PSA, SCAF. It will not form the T cells that has this PZLF positive thiomites or mite cells, and the cells cellularity aberrant tissue structures has also been found, and these things they have find out not only in the human beings but also in the mice. And since there is no selections occurs, the air expressions goes down and on these MTEC cells, which is and also these negative selections will also occurs because of this PZLF thiomites and mite cells. So before that, I wrongly mentioned that these air expressions occurs in this mite and PZLF cells. The here it is mentioned the air expressions is upregulated in these MTEC cells. So when there are no germs are present or in the germs-free microbiome gut conditions, germs-free gut conditions, what will happen? The air expression goes down, and this will cause the checkpoints, that is autoimmune regulators, to goes down, and there is a possibility that it will cause the upregulations of the immune response or non-specific upregulations of the immune response, because the checkpoint of autoimmune regulators is been not expressed on this kind of T cells. And this is one of the reasons why it is important to have a good microbiome in the gut, that is shown in the top panel. That is in this case specific pathogen free is used, and to find out the role of specific role of individual microbiomes that are present within this within the gut. And this formation of these regulatory T cells, and this will cause the upregulations of this thymic and peripheral T regulatory C cells in the offspring. And these regulatory T cells, as we have known from many of our previous videos, it helps in the regulations of the T cells in terms of preventing them from generating autoimmune response. However, it also has a disadvantage. That is, in case of cancers, this regulatory T cells suppress the uh, activated T cells, and thereby suppressing the immune response against the tumors. So in normal case, these are helpful to avoid autoimmune response, but in the case of tumors, this can sometimes be uh, sometimes act as a negative roles or in the for helps in the tumor proliferations. So at the time of tumors, we need to have less amount of these T regulatory cells at the site of tumors, but in the normal case, we need to have some T regulatory cells to control the immune response of the T cells. So that's all for this video for now. If I hope you understood the T cells life cycles and its role and the role of microbiome on its T cells development. If you need to understand more about their relationship between microbiome and T cell life cycles in detail, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.